presented by Vinyl Fence Warehouse, the podcast where we talk to fence contractors about their journey in the fencing industry. So latch the gate and get ready, because we're about to dive deep into the world of fencing.
Hey everyone, Blake at Vinyl Fence Warehouse here on a new episode of Behind the Fence podcast. Today we have Evan Gardner with us. Evan is CEO, owner, gopher, chauffeur, material getter, tool builder at Gardner Fences, as well as Wing Tools. Evan, how's it going today, man?
Going good. Got a couple orders I need to fill. Go to drop off a UPS to some guys.
Heck yeah, it's always nice sending boxes out, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fun. I don't have nearly the warehouse space that you have, but
Man, we started out about the same, dude. You got to start somewhere. I think it's amazing that you've gone as far as you have in such a short amount of time. And let's jump right into that, man. So you've been in the defense space industry for how long?
I guess a good 3 years in with some good in the right direction. Chris Gass came and showed me how to build fence, the Mr. Fence way. And before that, I was digging holes and wet setting and Schedule 20 metal posts and wet setting 4x4s and just everything the hard way. I guess about 3 years I've been doing it, no dig and just strictly no dig.
But now you started out as a landscaper, right? That's where you got the original name.
Yeah, my first job was, I was 15, worked for this old man who's still alive today and still landscaping. When I was 15 years old, I started working for this old man, Danny Clement, here in Denham Springs. I did landscaping all through high school, moved to Lake Charles about 2 hours away, went to school for AutoCAD, drafting and design. And while in school, I got a job working for a major landscape company over there in Lake Charles as a draftsman, drawing up landscape plans and such. Then after college, I moved back to Denham Springs, Baton Rouge area, working for the original landscape guy that I used to work for. As this time I was his manager and drawing up plans and selling jobs. After that job was over, I've been working for myself ever since. Slowly got to the fencing world. Now I don't really do much landscaping at all.
So were you installing fencing for the landscaping company at any time, or did you go right into landscaping on your own and then picked up a fence job?
Landscaping on my own and picked up a fence job here and there. I did a lot of, it was new construction. I'd get the blueprints, the house plans, and design the whole landscape for a brand new construction home, the custom built, nice extravagant homes. I got access to doing a job. My sister-in-law worked for a local utility company. All the waste management plants in every subdivision has a lift station and a treatment plant, sewage treatment plant. So the environmental was cracking down on them, saying that they needed 100% of their properties to be fenced in. So my job was to go in and demo the old fence and spread gravel across 100% of the property that the waste management company owned. And a buddy of mine was building the fence. And I was able to clear them and spread gravel faster than he could build the fence. So I slowly was starting to build a fence so I could get the approval to go ahead and demo and spread gravel at the next project. So I slowly got into fencing that way. If I could do it all over again, if I had access to that sewage treatment facility and now with no dig, man, I could knock down some fence. I could build some fence. I could put some footage down.
Man, that's what really impresses me about everything that you've got going on down there. You have what seems like, for one, great work ethic. It was great getting to meet you and Trey at the No Dig event, getting to know you guys a little bit. It's obvious you guys are go-getters, man. Definitely not afraid to pick up the tools and get after it. But it is the tools that really set you apart, dude. When did you first see the need for what you're offering now? Your Wingman tools. You came down here and demoed those for us. From the reactions I saw, everybody was blown away at how fast you guys put up those 3-section for us, which turned out flipping amazing. You guys do great work. I'm proud to say that, hey, Evan at Gardner Fences, Wing Tools put this up with his own stuff. And people love it. They go out and test it out and see that, hey, these postmasters are legit. Driving them down hey, it's a huge time saver. So when did you first get your ideas going for launching your own line of tools that you use every day?
Coming up with the Wing Tools, or the Wingman was the first one. The demand was simply, I needed another set of hands, somebody to be there on the other end of that 2x4 holding it in place while I screwed up this side of the 2x4. And that's the only real need for another person, was just to hold that 2x4 at height while I screw it on this end. The tools eliminated that. And then it just developed into, man, if I just had one other guy helping me, the more experienced guy can go and drive the post around the whole job, and a brand new guy can move 3 2x4s out between sections and cut them and hang them up by himself, follow me down. When I get done driving posts, I can put pickets up. And also following Mr. Fence, the Mr. Fence Academy. I've been to several of his trainings. I've been part of the academy for a while. Seeing the importance of efficiency and keeping track of sections per man hour and installation times and efficiencies, and even down to I like postmasters over 4x4s because, one, I'm not digging a hole and I don't get mud on my boots. There's not much rain days, rainouts. The materials on the trailer is considerably lighter. You don't have 4x4s. You don't have 80-pound bags of concrete. You're literally just have your either 9-foot or 10-foot, maybe 12-foot postmaster posts, your 2x4s and your pickets. It simplifies a whole lot, especially for smaller companies. Bigger companies that have laydown yards, they can stock materials. It just reduces your SKU numbers of all the different materials you have laying down in your yard.
Oh yeah, instead of a 2 3/8 with a cap and brackets and bolts and screws, you've got one thing and screws, and you have an extra picket on the backside that covers it. And I see no reason why anybody would continue to go back with those 2 3/8 like that.
And it looks better, and you can put pickets seamlessly on both sides of that fence. Overall, to me, aesthetically, it's good. It's stronger than 4x4 post. It won't rot on you. There is a difference between the King Plus style, the Schedule 40, and Postmaster. Schedule 40, without a doubt, is stronger, but how strong does your fence really need to be? The Postmasters are designed to flex in the wind. They'll bow, but they'll come right back. I mean, me and Sean did a video with airboats at Chris Gass's house. We built 3 sections of King Plus fence and 3 sections of Postmaster fence. We had anemometers and airboat out there. We were out there standing behind the boat.
I think I remember seeing those videos.
And the fences were flopping. As soon as the airboat comes off, the fence is straight as can be. That, especially for here in the South and in your area, you had easy ground to drive post in up there in Oklahoma. It's very scalable. I just hope that wherever you're getting your post from, they can keep up with your demand as you grow your company. That's one, I guess, one downfall that I've seen so far was the post being able to order posts consistently. Sometimes these different branches will run out of the post, so you got to outsource it. But luckily, since the Postmaster patent had ended, the patent's good for 20 years. Since that had ended, now you got all these other companies coming out with other posts that are similar. Like you got the Unipost, the Grizzly Post, Z Post is even a good flange style post. So you can always find an alternative. Pretty confidently, you can always find an alternative.
And one great thing about your tools too is that all of those posts that you named, your tool should work on those.
Works on all of them. Yep.
Yeah, I know I've seen pictures of it hanging on a Z post. I think the Grizzly post as well. Yeah, we've used it on Postmaster Pluses here.
It was originally designed to work on the Postmaster Pluses because they have the wider inner channel there. And originally the cleats were on the outside of the vertical stick because the vertical stick would sit inside the channel of the Postmaster. And I had talked to Master Halco a long time ago about my tool and how we could work together. And we're still probably can. They want me to go do demos at different branches. We're talking about setting those demo days up at different branches around. I'm good with doing one a month. I could go to a different branch once a month and schedule all their local companies that they sell Postmasters to can come and check out Wing Tools and see if it benefits them at all.
There's a lot of you guys down there, like you said, have this method. You guys are doing it every day. You're built to do it. Now, where you're at, are you prone more to the hurricanes that they have down there? Is this maybe something that kind of is more of a selling point that's going to maybe perform better in higher winds? Or
I strongly believe, especially after testing this fence up against a 100 miles an hour airboat, our hurricanes reach about 80 miles an hour usually. But you're gonna be worried about losing shingles on your roof before you're worried about losing this fence. So it makes it strong enough, in my eyes, stronger than a 4x4. But the benefit of it, not only for the wind rating, and it's a manufactured warranty for the wind rating, but that post will be there for 30 plus years. A 4x4 post, especially today's lumber, pine, you're lucky if you get 10 11, 12 years out of it. It's just going to rot, especially here. It's humid. We hold water in the ground a lot. It's just post rot, warp, bend, twist. Ever since I've been doing no dig, especially for myself, I've had no callbacks. I don't get none of my posts or have a slight curve or bend to them the following week. The lumber may, but I can go change the 2x4, change a couple pickets. In my warranty, I state that wood will do what wood does, but I take care of my customers. If they call me complaining about something, I'll make it right.
Yeah. And honestly, man, that's one of the things I really like about most fence companies. You're always pretty well getting to deal with the guy that's at the top, the guy that's the decision maker, the owner, the one that really cares about his customer and gives a damn about what his product looks like. So really why I touched on the wind ratings is you also have the tools for removal. So obviously these Postmasters, you can, if one does get bent, you could disassemble the section really quickly. I think it'd be 12 screws. Section comes out. Your tool, you also have a tool that will jack that post up and get it out of the ground. Very small footprint as opposed to some of the other post builders that are out there. So you've also got not only the Postmaster though, but you've also got an attachment for other no dig systems, correct?
Yeah. So I have the Wingman is for hanging up your 2x4 rails. The Wing Jack is for pulling up the Postmasters. So you can flange directly to it. Use a 5,000-pound jack with a drill drive, effortlessly stand there, and you can adjust your post heights, or you can pull a post, remove a post, swap it out for a better one, whatever you got to do. And the
And
Wing
that's going to
Jack,
be so much easier than replacing a broken post that's been concreted in like one of those 4x4s.
yeah,
And there's no digging, there's no mess, there's no additional concrete. You could just throw that pounder in a post in the back of your truck and just go make a repair versus having to get all the pulling and digging equipment. Yeah, that's a total time saver there.
Yep. And then for the aluminum fence, the no dig aluminum. So we're driving in the shopifence.com iPost. I got some adapter plates that go onto the wing jack, little jaws that bite onto that iPost on the outside. I did a job last week. It was a fence that I had done a year ago, brand new aluminum fence, no dig. And then within a year, they got a swimming pool built. And they called me, says, and then I don't know who else would they have called. There's nobody else that has the tool to pull up an iPost and reuse all of your material.
Exactly.
If they called anybody else, or if that job had been dug and set 18 inches in the ground with concrete, having to pull all those posts, you'd have to knock concrete off. I was able to just take a self tap out of the aluminum, slide the sleeve off, pull the eye post, let them build the pool. And as soon as the pool was finished being gun-nighted, drove in all those eye posts, put the sleeves back together, put the panels back together,
Right
added
back
like
out
10 more
loose.
sections, and
Nice. Heck yeah,
saved the
man.
customer a ton of money. And I got labor on it twice.
Heck yes. Now, Evan, one thing that we really try to drive with a lot of my clients and customers is being a fence company. What are you doing to advertise yourself? How are you getting your business, your product, your services out in front of customers? For us, we do quite a bit on social media. We do have a lot of advertising out there. But man, you seem to have the market cornered as far as TikTok videos go, dude. I love your content on there. Can you talk about maybe when you started doing that and when that really took off for you?
TikTok is my biggest following. I got, I think, 11,000 followers or something, but it really shot up overnight from the last video I did of the Wingman. Trey putting the Wingmans on the post, and just the comment section was going crazy. Oh, I wish I had that. Women were like, I could build a fence. Definitely could.
Now, that's the one that got over 1 million views, right?
Yeah, I got over 1 million on. I posted it on Facebook first, and that was like my first Facebook video to ever get any real attention. TikTok, I've had several videos get 400,000 views or something like that, but this one got 1 million on Facebook, and I was like, let me try it on TikTok. Then I posted on TikTok, and it got 1 million there too.
Nice. That's crazy, man. So
I got into the TikTok, or I went to a stain and seal expert training, I think 3 years ago, and Joe Everest was there speaking, and Joe was saying, start going live regular basis on your business page. Don't be afraid. Don't be shy. Just do it. And I was like, I'll do it on TikTok because I don't know anybody on TikTok. So maybe it won't be
harsh critics.
harsh critics. Like, so what? TikTok. Oh, I started doing that, and it kind of gave me the confidence to because TikTok, I can easily edit my videos like directly there in the app, and it saves your camera roll. Then I can share it to Facebook. So if I did one that I liked, I'd share it to my business page, either the Wing Tools or Gardner Fences page. I'd say Joe Everest really is the one that got me to be personable, show your face, be in front of the camera, be on screen and talking, and a couple tips, put on captions and grab the attention in the first 3 seconds and all that kind of little notes that you keep in your mind when you're making your videos.
So from all of that social media presence, the best thing I think is to have somewhere that you can push them. And obviously that's your website. You have a place, or you have a website where everybody can go and buy these tools, correct?
Yeah, I have gardnerfences.com is a website that .com did. And we have a link on there somewhere to navigate you to Wing Tools, but you can go directly to wingtools.net, which is a Shopify account that I created. And Joe Everest was helpful there too. He guided me on which platform to use to sell my products. And Sean and Al at Mr. Fence, they helped me set up the Shopify. Yeah, wingtools.net. You can go over there, make your whole order, pretty much anything that I offer. We got the Wingmans, the Wing Jacks. We got some green straightaways, the quick drive tip for the quick drive attachment, auto feed screw gun. Really, the most pain in the butt part about Postmasters is putting the screws into the 2x4 through the little holes in the Postmasters.
Yeah, whenever you brought that thing out, so let's start your installation from beginning to end with us. You started out with an equalizer, correct? Okay, so you got an equalizer, and then
No
you
math
drove.
involved.
Exactly. Super simple layout, does all the math for you. You drove a couple posts, and then you adjusted a little bit of the height, correct?
Yep.
Okay, so you go through there, make sure that your 2x4s are all in line. And then comes the Wingman tool that goes up on the Postmaster and holds your 2x4s. And then you have your latest tool that you showed me. And what's that again? What do you call that one for the screw?
The quick drive,
The quick drive. So that goes on the Simpson.
Simpson strong ties,
There you go.
quick drive.
So it's a one-handed screwing operation for that.
Yeah.
So everything that you're doing is just adding so much efficiency each tool that you've got.
Oh yeah. I'm personally still building my own fences, and I was fortunate enough to get introduced into no dig at its infancy in the residential side, as fencing, no dig fencing or driven post systems comes into the residential world. I was kind of privy to the earliness of it, and all the problems and how could this get better. And my design background, I love to design stuff and you should see all the crap in my garage where I just tinker. But if I see a way that something can be made better or simpler or easier, especially for myself, I'm doing it.
That is definitely one thing I'll say about your tools is they're built well. They're not flimsy or cumbersome. Even your the straightaway that you use, or the bump board, it's got all those markings on it for all those different types of fences. There's so much value in it when it comes to having things pre-done for you, pre-measured, and the or the Wingman itself being adjustable so you can do those things and only having to buy the one tool. Man, there's more value in your tools than I think what people realize. And so to even add to that value, you also have put together some packages, correct?
Yeah, I have some bundles. So the basics. The Wingmans are most beneficial when you have two of them, one on each post working in between. You can totally do it with just one Wingman, but you're gonna be putting up one 2x4, one rail at a time. The bundle that I have together now, I think it's the crew bundle. It has the two Wingmans and the wing jack brackets, which are the plates that go onto your trailer jack to lift the post up. So now you can, and I have the post protector to hit once your 2x4s are up, you can put this little plastic piece on top of the post and hit it with your Mr. Fence tool stumper, smack it down, adjust, fine tune your rails before you put your pickets up. All that is just all in one kit, the crew. Shopify's made it easy though. I put together something, make sure the price is something I can live with, and I'll see the order and I fill the order and I drop it off. Yeah.
Nice, nice. Heck yeah, man. What would be the next steps for you at Wing Tools and Gardner Fences?
Like I said, I'm trying to work out some deals to where I can travel a little bit. I don't want to. Oklahoma was a pretty far drive. Maybe more southern states, maybe 6 hour max around there. I'll go to Florida, Mississippi, Alabama, Texas, Arkansas, something like that. And I would to travel once a month for 3 or 4 days and train a company or people that are interested. Maybe they can invite, or we can do like a little training session and invite other fence companies to attend. So the deal with possibly going to different Master Halco branches, one a month, and inviting the contractors that would be interested in using postmasters to attend. Maybe let some other vendors show up and help fund food or whatever. That's something I would like to see happen. And it may take a little influence from the actual fence contractors themselves, reaching out to their own branches and saying, hey, we would like to see a demo from some Wing Tools, and maybe get them to reach out to me.
Yeah, for sure, man. If you guys could set something like that up, simply because not everybody, is going to be able to make it to Fence Tech or the Fence Show. Thankfully, you do all of the videos that you do to help walk people in or walk people through your process on how to use your stuff. But man, those hands-on demos, why we had ours here was for that exact same reason. Not everybody's going to be able to go and see you, but if you can put that product or those tools or whatever in front of a main location, then you have a better chance of getting some of those smaller companies. And more than anything, I think your tools will help out those companies really make it to that next level, as long as they can bite the bullet and see the value in not only, the tools themselves, but obviously the time that it's going to save, the headache that it's going to save, the hassle it's going to save. And you start taking that fence that used to take you 2 days to install, instantly becoming a one-day installation. If we can always push that education and push the value and what these things bring, man, I have no doubt that you'll be traveling everywhere, just showing off all your stuff.
Yeah. Also, I do have jobs rolling, but on my own projects, building fence, I welcome anybody if they want to come check out the tools, come learn, come work next to me. Just let me know when you're coming. I had a guy from Georgia come down, Kevin Poole out of South Carolina. Yeah. He came down, was passing through on his way to his son's wedding or his daughter's wedding, brought his whole family, and he strapped on some boots and started driving some posts with me. And it's really cool being in the fence industry.
Yeah, I think we talked about this at dinner that night whenever we all got together, was that the fencing community is so much different than a lot of the other types. They're more willing to interact and help each other out, actually come together and learn from each other, as opposed to a lot of these other trades. A lot of the other ones really seem very secretive. It's just competition instead of, hey, how can we work together? It may not be obviously every day, every week. Like you said, if you have these big projects where you need some extra labor and you need somebody that knows your exact SOP on how to put these fences up, that's a big game changer for small companies for sure.
Even the sub crews that are working for the bigger companies, these bigger companies can sell a job and keep a one or two man sub crew guy busy. If you have all your sub crews that are trained in building fence the exact same way with the same tools in their pocket, every single job will be seamless and uniform, and all the training the same way. And it's just, I see lots of potential and benefits in it.
I'll touch on this one last bit here, since we're going from single owner companies, guys with just trucks and tools, social media, as well as your tools. Uncle John, I know you know of him on TikTok, Instagram. That guy's all over your tools, man. He loves your process, it seems. Have you had any kind of dealings with him yet?
Yeah. So Uncle John first contacted me interested about my tools in the early stages. Before I completed the first batch of the Wingman tools that I did, he reached out and he came to my job site by himself, and I was working that day by myself, and we built a fence. And he was impressed with how easily and simple it went. He called me before he bought any fence tools, and I told him which driver to get, the whole nine, equalizer, everything needed to efficiently build fence by himself. And he enjoys doing a lot of his projects by himself. He loves the tools. He's local to me. I didn't know that. When he called me, I didn't know who he was. He's like, yeah, I'd like to get your tools and use some videos. I got a good following on YouTube. I'm like, oh, cool. And what's your YouTube account? I'll follow you now. And I looked him up. I'm like, holy smokes, this dude got some followers. Jeez. And met the dude in person, and just a genuinely good soul. Like he's a good person.
If his content's any indication of it, he seems like a really good dude.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a really good dude. Humble as all get out. I think he's a lot smarter than he lets on his YouTubes. Like he told me straight up, man, these YouTube videos, I'll do a video hand nailing shingles on a roof, but of course I have a nail gun and I know how to do,
Oh yeah.
Show the audience a simple way with tools that they may already own. It makes sense. He asked me if I would be willing to work with him on some projects, come up with ideas and ways to use different tools. He has all these product companies looking at him to to promote their products as well.
As they say, man, collaboration happens at the top and competition at the bottom. So if you're collabing with other fence companies and other influencers on social media, I think you're doing quite well, man.
Yep. I've been fortunate to be in the spot that I'm in and being able to further develop and come up with new tools as I go.
It's been really cool to watch you actually grow and see all the different stuff that you've come out with and how it's still evolving. You're not done. I'm excited to see where all this goes for you, man. I really am. I absolutely appreciate you coming to our No Dig event. You put on a great presentation there, and I have no doubt if anybody at these Master Halcos are listening, if they are, I hope that they can offer the exact same type of thing because it's absolutely needed to help push the education on the stuff that you have and how many more fences that's going to put in the ground each year if everybody can just put them in that much faster.
And with less labor, I mean, you can take a 4-man crew and have just as much efficiency with a 2-man crew. So I'm not saying fire your other 2 guys, but separate them.
Give them a post pounder and go send them on more jobs.
Yeah. 2 jobs a day instead of 1 job a day.
Yeah. Evan, we'll go ahead and just wrap it up there then, man. I think we've covered everything that takes up about 30 minutes worth.
Yeah.
Evan, man, I truly appreciate your time, dude. Best of luck to you in all of your tool sales and obviously the fence installations. We hope nothing but the growth and the best for you guys down there in Louisiana.
Appreciate it, Blake. Thanks for having me.
Sure thing, man. We'll end it there.